In the mid-20th 100 years, Transylvanian vampire Count Dracula met English attorney R.M. Renfield, who was wanting to expedite an arrangement for some land, yet wound up turning into Dracula's natural. For quite a long time, Renfield has depended on extraordinary abilities that are started by eating bugs. Dracula has, as of late, had a near calamity with some vampire trackers who nearly killed him, so the couple moved to New Orleans to recover. There, Renfield finds a 12-step self-improvement gathering for people in mutually dependent connections, and he intends to utilize the group there to chase out harmful sweethearts whom he can kill and provide for Dracula to devour without feeling regret. He follows a self-absorbed sweetheart to a stockroom with taken drugs, and as he players some lower-level lawbreakers, they are completely gone after by a professional killer employed by the Lobo wrongdoing family who are driving medications into the city. Renfield kills the professional killer and endeavors to chase down the one who employed him, Teddy Lobo. Yet Teddy drives off in a rush, and a debilitated Renfield hauls the carcasses back to Dracula's den in the storm cellar of a weather-beaten clinic. Lobo runs into a restraint-designated spot that is controlled by Rebecca Quincy, a second-age cop who sees the potential chance to take a significant-level lawbreaker off the roads, and captures Teddy after he speeds through the designated spot and throws blocks of cocaine at the police. At the police headquarters, Teddy effectively escapes guardianship since the federal authorities help out the Lobos. In the meantime, Quincy has a showdown with her sister Kate, who has likewise committed herself to police work, however, is gathering an enormous scope case with the FBI, baffling Rebecca, who needs answers and equity right away. Dracula lets Renfield know that the hoodlums he has brought as food are inadequate, and the vampire wants the blood of somebody unadulterated and honest, all things being equal. Renfield goes to a cafe to kidnap everyday people while Quincy is likewise driven there with hints at the crime location. The two are trapped in an assault on Quincy's life that Teddy has been compelled into making, so the savage standing of the Lobos will be restored. All things considered, Renfield and Quincy guard themselves, killing a few gangsters and driving Teddy to get away. Teddy's mom, Bella Francesca, orders him to chase down the one who killed her infantrymen, and he winds up experiencing Dracula when Renfield is away. The two consent to shape a coalition while Renfield has acknowledged the lessons of his self-improvement gathering and chooses to make a life for himself separated from his lord. Setting up a loft and changing his mentality to one of supportiveness, he gives an assertion to the police to assist them with attempting to stop the Lobo wrongdoing family at last. Dracula learns of Renfield's selling out and butchers the care group individuals before his previous flunky. Quincy shows up and finds Renfield encompassed by dead bodies, making her capture him until she is quickly amassed by cops and the Lobos, who additionally need retribution on Renfield. Quincy will not hand him over, and she scarcely escapes with Renfield. Quincy gets up the following morning to find that Renfield has saved her life, and he makes sense of his actual beginning while at the same time affirming that he needs to change himself. All the two battle through a gathering of degenerate cops and choose to storm the Lobos base camp, just to find that Dracula has engaged over about 6 gangsters to have Renfield's otherworldly capacities, including Teddy. After a battle, Renfield kills Teddy. Quincy heads to stop Dracula and observes that her sister is beaten to approach passing, and just the mending properties of Dracula's blood can save her, which he will propose in return for Rebecca's dependability. She deceives Dracula, prompting him having a last deadlock with Renfield and Quincy that finishes with the two teaming up to catch him in a mystical circle. Renfield and Quincy beat Dracula into pieces, catch heaps of his recuperating blood, and split the pieces of his carcass into bits of substantial that they dissipate across the water framework, either at last obliterating the vampire, or if nothing else making it exceptionally difficult for him to change his body. Renfield later revives his self-improvement gathering companions with him, feeling engaged to make another life for himself. Renfield and Quincy beat Dracula into pieces, catch heaps of his recuperating blood, and split the pieces of his carcass into bits of substantial that they dissipate across the water framework, either at last obliterating the vampire, or if nothing else making it exceptionally difficult for him to change his body. Renfield later revives his self-improvement gathering companions with him, feeling engaged to make another life for himself.